So there's a rumor going around on Instagram right now. A lot of celebrities have posted it. A lot of my favorite rappers have posted it, where they're claiming that Instagram will be changing their terms and condition policies by tomorrow or after tomorrow, where essentially most of your data will be made public and it can be accessed by authorities. Your deleted messages, your deleted photos, everything can be accessed by authorities, and therefore they're changing their terms and conditions and their policies and everything. So a lot of you people who don't follow the tech world like that might not know that a few years ago, well, 1.5 year ago, 1 year ago, there was this whole Cambridge Analytica scandal. The president of the company, or the CEO of the company, Alexander Nix, was heavily involved in this scandal, and it came out to be true. So Cambridge Analytica was essentially a company that recorded all of your human behavior and psychological points, and they had at least 5,000 points on every American, data points on every American, and they purchased, essentially I'm narrowing it down to easier words for you people to understand who might not know. So the people who do know, please don't quote me on this. So essentially, Facebook sold Cambridge Analytica a lot of data on us people, and that was essentially then used to manipulate us into voting for certain people. This was used in very many countries, but the main scandal was comprised of America, and it was used to persuade people into voting for Donald Trump. In easy words, it was persuade for Americans to vote for Donald Trump using psychological points and psychological behavior surveys and campaigns and everything. So Mark Zuckerberg, being the owner of Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp, he was of course at the forefront. So he was called to the Congress many times, and all of those problems and all of the court dates and everything that Mark Zuckerberg was attending was because of all of this scandal. So a former high executive in Cambridge Analytica had came out in the past few days. She was a woman, and she had laid it all out, and she explained everything to the Congress, and whatever was being claimed was actually partially to a lot of extent was right, and this was the case. And they were signed $5 billion. Facebook never realized how it worked is the fact that apps like WhatsApp or your text messages do not store your messages with your account. So what I mean by that is, if you have a Facebook account or you have an Instagram account, you see, when you log out of your phone and sign into another phone, you get all of your data back, all of your messages, all of your photos, everything is exactly returned to normal. But if you delete your WhatsApp without making a backup, you will lose all of your data and you cannot get it back. Even though it's owned by the same company, WhatsApp has different privacy policy rules. It uses a system called end-to-end encryption, where your data is encrypted and it's only available to you, according to the company, of course. They say the data is only accessible to us. So what Instagram and Facebook essentially does is they store everything on their servers. So by that, it means whenever we log into our accounts, we get everything back because they have it all stored on their servers. It's essentially like you going to the bank and depositing some money, and when you need it, you withdraw it. It's essentially that. But the only difference here will be that Facebook and Instagram still have your data, even if you have withdrawn your data and your belongings. So all in all, this is a hoax and this is not true. I have tried to read up on it, and as I mentioned before, Instagram is these days actually Instagram is working very strictly to improve their privacy laws, and they have encouraged some hackers to try to hack into their systems and hack into accounts. Essentially, all of this is being done to improve upon their privacy policies and their security systems to avoid any security breaches in the future. So as for now, you cannot say anything for certain, but as for now, this is a hoax. They have done it many times. The Instagram people, the meme people have done it many times for us to get our accounts deleted. But the fact is, these companies are going to have your data no matter what. No matter what, they store your data on their servers, and whether you like it or not, they have your data. But the hoax that has been going around is not true, and you don't need to worry about it. Even I was getting ready to delete all of my Instagram accounts and everything, because it has happened too many times for for us to just keep quiet and not talk about it and not take any action. So if you don't know, most of these companies steal or sell your data to other advertisers for advertising purposes. For example, your psychological behaviors and the things you like and all of this stuff is being recorded for them to advertise something to you. A really creepy thing happened to me a few months ago that proved this theory. That I went to a dealership, a Toyota dealership, and I don't have any registered Toyota car where my phone number is registered, right? So I went there to to find out about something. My friend has a car, and he had a certain type of problem. So we went there in his case. So none of my phone numbers or anything was registered there. So I came back, and just as soon as I reached home, after like 1 or 2 hours, I was getting tons of messages from Toyota, asking me about, advertising to me about cars on installments and different cars and everything. Mind you, as I mentioned, none of my phone numbers are registered with Toyota for them to send me any text message. It made no sense. And finally, there are many instances that have happened. Even on my phone, some pop-up ads have popped up where I have viewed a certain type of app, and then when I exit the app and go use another app which uses pop-up ads, I get the same app and the same products that I just viewed on those ads. So essentially, our data is being used to advertise to us, but this hoax that has been going around is false, and there is no truth to it. So again, thank you for watching, and if you have any additional information, you can drop your comments down below, and it will surely help other people as well.